Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ali Midawi here, live with you in a brand new installment of our Yup Daily. And I am super excited to be here with you as we are broadcasting all over the world on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and all of our Facebook communities. Please do us a favor. Make sure that you are either tagging and or sharing this in the appropriate communities or in your own private community should you want to do so, because there's that one person who's going to need to hear this message today, as I'm going to be talking to you about the path to top earnings. See, many people in the social media age claim that they are top earners, they want to be top earners, or that they're on their way to becoming a top earner. And I'm going to talk to you today about setting up the proper expectations on understanding A, what is a top earner? B, how do you actually get there? And C, what's the reality versus the hype that happens on the social media and the digital space, if you will. If you are here for the very first time, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you follow, make sure you interact with me. Smash that like button like a Hulk would, because I think I can help you out in the future as well. I go by the name of Ali Midawi, and I'm a global master trainer of an entrepreneurial community we call Yup, or the Young Entrepreneur Project. Excuse me. And what we do is we help people either start, grow, or scale a business, or you can also monetize what we're doing as well by mentoring others within the appropriate vertical that makes the most sense for you. So I see you Instagram. I see you Weenie here all the way from Sydney, Australia. I see you Debbie Snyders from South Carolina, USA. Wendy, good morning. Good morning. Cindy Lab from Denver. Good morning, Paul Rankin. Hey, Laurie from Seattle. Awesome. What's up, Phoenix? All right, so let's talk about the idea of a top earner. A lot of people think a top earner is someone who's making $100,000. Others think a top earner is a Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk from Tesla. A lot of people just don't even really understand it, because the truth is, to be in a 1% of earnings in the United States in any industry, you just have to make a little bit more than $400,000, and you are in the 1%. So that's a lot of money, by the way, $400,000 a year. But in reality, in the top earners world, the millionaires, the hectamillionaires, and the billionaires, it's really not that much. And for you, if you are starting your career in network marketing, in direct sales, or whatever it may be, online coach, or writing a book, and you want to be a top earner, I'm here to help you out set up the proper expectations, because there's a lot of misconception of what that means. So I'm going to bring this education on 3 parts. So the very first part is a mental top earner. The second part is the actual marketing of top earners. And the last piece is the work that goes behind being a top earner. So here's the truth, and I genuinely believe this. A true top earner does not boast about being a top earner. So anyone who's screaming on top of their lungs, I'm Cinderella, I'm Cinderella, I'm Cinderella, somebody give me the shoe, I am really Cinderella, they're probably just prompting their own hype. They're screaming out loud to just build their own credibility, their own belief system, their own influence, that in truth, it's just insecurities. They're telling the world, I'm a little boy who's scared and I'm not really making any money. Please believe me, please. And if I scream it louder, you're probably going to think I'm really a top earner. So a top earner is someone who have decided to make a true impact and understands that the more money I make for everyone around me, whether they are employees, whether they are representatives in the company, whether they are shareholders, whether they are customers, the more I take care of everybody around me and the more I impact everyone around me, the better I actually become. Now, whether you like him or hate him, think about Bill Gates, who said he wants to donate all of his fortune and has been doing it, and he only keeps getting richer and richer. Again, whether you hate him or like him, political stuff, leave it outside my stuff, please. This is a safe zone, okay? Switzerland, baby. Now, here's the thing. You think about Elon Musk, and I love this quote from him. He says, I work 52 weeks a year. I work 12 to 16 hours a day. I sleep for the most part in my warehouse, and they still say he is so lucky. And that tells you about the mental attitude of a top earner. A top earner is someone who is willing to do whatever it takes, as humble as they started. And though their life starts to enhance, to increase, to grow, to become bigger, better, stronger, they also increase, they grow their goodness that they're doing for everybody around them. So I ask you a question. Whether you are making $1 or $1 million right now, are you impacting everyone around you from in here? Impact, meaning that you are literally going out of your way, whether on a personal level, a business level, whatever it may be. Are you doing those required behavioral things that a top earner is doing every single day? I'm here to tell you that most people do not. I'm here to tell you that most people think top earner means I'm making a lot more commissions and I'm going to have a better car and a better house and I'm going to have accumulate more wealth and take care of me, myself, and I. That is the number one flaw of the path to not becoming a top earner. If you want to fall short on your journey to top earnings, I'm here to tell you, have this thing up here totally compromised with greed, totally compromised with hype, totally compromised with exaggeration. So I urge you, you have to take care of your mental. A top earner reads 1 book a week. A top earner, or at least listens to. I can tell you that I strive every single day. If I'm not in front of a prospect, if I'm not in front of a member, if I'm not in front of this camera, my ears are being fed. I don't have cable TV. I still watch sporting events and I stream movies and shows with my kids and my wife. However, I don't allow anything other than nurturing educational pieces to come into this brain, because I believe that the more you absorb, the more you're going to give. The more good that is into you as a human being, the more good that you're going to put out there. You are what you read, you are what you think, you are what you eat, you are who you hang with, right? So you got to have the mental fortitude of a top earner. Otherwise, you will never make it to top earnings. Now, here's the thing. It's not whether you have it or you don't. It is a development piece. So I'm here to sit before you and tell you, you can literally change your mental behavior as a top earner, regardless how much money you're making right now. Some people say, well, of course, Warren Buffett is reading a book a week. I mean, he's a multi-billionaire. He's very, very rich, one of the top 5 wealthiest in the world. Well, no, it's because he started reading a book every single week that he become who he is. See, it is the activity that leads to the results, not the results that creates the activity. And some people, and I go through this all the time, and I hate when somebody says, but it's different for you, Ali. You have a big network. No, I don't. The network doesn't matter in size. It only matters in terms of its quality and how congruent that network is with your project or with your company or whatever it is that you're doing. Let me give you a side example on those of you who say, no, if you have a big network, you actually can buy your way to top earnings. Though that may help a little bit as a foundational piece, but if the mental is not there, it doesn't matter how big of a network. 2015, January 2015, I had 68% of a network marketing company that was doing $400 million a year. And 68% of it was in my organization. You would say, holy guacamole, Ali, you got that moolah. I was making a lot of moolah. The company sold and shut down on everyone. No one knew what was going on. And here's the thing. Everyone assumed that, well, whatever the next company, Ali, everybody's going to follow. See, the company that I was in, it was a no cost, no investment model. You just became an energy customer. And just like that, you became a customer who refers other customers and you make money that way. That was the whole concept. But the next company that I went to, the average cost of a package in network marketing company that was $700. So for that huge, excited network that I had, where most of them never even spent a dime on business, now I got to tell them, hey, I know we're used to spending $0. Now we're going to spend an average of $700. Oh, by the way, and an additional $150 every single month. Oh, by the way, we're also going to have to spend for hotel trainings, meetings, and everything else. So what ended up happening is most of that network didn't come with me. As a matter of fact, I remember vividly, it was no more than 27 people out of 30,000 that were in my network that actually came with me. 27. So don't tell me, oh my God, you have a big network, you're automatically going to make money wherever you go. Absolutely not. So your network does not automatically translate in your net worth. It is the behavior that happens in front of your network. See, we all see you just like you all see me. We all are observing your behavior, your attitude, what you're posting about, who you're connected with, how you talk to other people in comments, who you argue with on threads, on political posts and things of that nature. And that gives me enough of an understanding of who you are that I can identify whether my core values are aligned with you or not, that whether I will follow you or not. Therefore, you will never have my network. And I've had people as of recently that I had to distance myself from because I identified I made a mistake. My core values are not aligned with those individuals. And while I could have added so much value, I pulled away. So again, you have to have the mental fortitude of a top earner, not just a network or an experience. Now let's go into the second one. So we talked about mindset, right? The mental. Now we're going to talk about marketing yourself as a top earner. See, marketing yourself as a top earner is not screaming it out loud. I make money. I made $10,000. Look at my story. I made $5,000 in 1 week. Man, who cares? You're boasting. You're hyping up. You're exaggerating. You're being a snake oil sales rep. Like, look, this is a miracle. If you join me, you're gonna fly. It's not about that. Top earners do not market themselves on the money. Top earners market themselves on the impact they're creating. Top earners market their success stories. Let me explain. See, I believe that as a top earner, you should have some success stories that are within your circle. How can you be a top earner, good for you if you're making money, if no one around you is living the way you claim that you can create the success for them? See, you're using yourself and your hype because I can't see your bank account. But where are everybody else around you that are supposed to be successful? See, I'll tell you what I've done in our entrepreneurial communities. I'm literally going to tell you exactly what I've done. I found one individual that she and I have locked arms. I knew for a fact. She told me from day one, you're like a big brother, and I want to make sure that we are locked arms. I was like, listen, I could be your little big brother if you trust me to be so, to tell you straight up when you need to do something, to tell you straight up when you're not supposed to be doing something, to help you, guide you, but you need to do your part and be my sister if you're saying that that's the way we got to go about it. And we agreed. And guess what I did? I invested my blood, sweat, and tears. I got customers. I got members. I plugged people. I helped her out, and I built her into my success story. Helped her build businesses outside our community, a virtual gym. Helped her become a speaker outside our entrepreneurial community. So she's become a shiny object where anyone says, so who did you help? I'm like, well, let me introduce you to Gina Eason. And by default, she's become, now don't get me wrong, I did not make Gina Eason successful. She put the work. I just gave her the tools and did everything that I could to make her the success story, because I knew, how can you tell me that you can help me, Ali, while you've never helped anybody succeed? So I created a success story. See, a top earner uses other individuals and invests time, resources, money, sweat and tears in those individuals to make them success stories, because now those success stories are walking billboards. I don't have to brag about what I drive and what money I have in my bank account, or don't. I just have to show you whom I worked with. I just have to show you how I helped those individuals. I'm doing the same exact thing with more individuals right now. I'm reaching out to members who already have either had some success or didn't have success. And I said, hey, I'm going to lock arms with you for the next 60 to 90 days. And I'm going to do everything in my power so you can become the best of the best. I'm going to give you red carpet treatment. Some of you know there's a tour coming out in August, right? The Up to Freedom Tour in August, this upcoming month. And we have a lot of exciting things that are being built and planned for that. I'm going to pamper our master coaches. I'm going to fly them everywhere. I'm going to give them hotel stays. I'm going to make them superheroes. That's how I'm marketing myself, not based on what I'm making, but how I'm treating everybody around me, how I'm making success stories truly successful. And by default, as a top earner, if you are one, you're like, man, I want to be treated like that. So the day that I reach out to you and I say, hey, we should probably do some business together, you're like, talk, what you got? I love how you treat people. See, my question to you is, how are you investing on those who are around you? How are you working with those who are around you? Or are you still creating an attraction marketing post with yourself, holding a computer, looking with the sunset behind you? Man, who cares? No one cares. That's why all of us, including me, never get more than 50 likes, while there's billions of people who could be impacted. It is time to invest on those around us. It is time to lock arms with those that we say, I got you and I'm going to work with you. I'm going to make you successful. Back it up. It doesn't mean, okay, here's a video. Now go get me 3 people. And when you need me for a 3-way call, I'll do it for you. That's not how it works. You're supposed to lock arms and be a guidance to those individuals that you said you're going to work with. Now, you can't work with everybody. This is why I can't work with everybody. I work with a select few. There's less than 12 people that I work with every single day, meaning I touch base with them no matter what. I collaborate with them wherever they may be. I help them and I provide and I give them everything I am. Are you one of them? Now it comes down to the last piece. So we talked about the first M, right? The first M comes down to mindset. The second M comes down to how are you marketing yourself as a top earner? Now here's the third one. The W, baby. And a W can stand for win or it can stand for war if you are resistance, what I'm telling you right now, or it can just stand for work. See, the W, top earners, you don't need to nudge them and tell them to show up to trainings and meetings and events and webinars. Top earners, you don't need to motivate them and inspire them to go to work. Top earners don't need a nudge. Top earners love accountability. Top earners strive for a positive challenge. Now, I will tell you, caution you, as entrepreneurs, we overestimate the amount of work required and underestimate the results that we can have. Let me explain. When I ask you, hey, what are you expecting yourself to do for the next 60 to 90 days? You'll be like, I'm looking to make $1,000 a week. Okay, that's great. I promise you, with that mindset, you're not even going to make $100 a month. So you got to tell me the activities that you're expecting to do. See, I'm expecting to create 100 ATM activities, add, tag, message, within our community every single day. I'm expecting to create 2 new success stories today. I'm expecting to bring in new blood today into my business. Now, you don't got to motivate me or check on me because that's what I want to do. That's what I decided on doing. That's the work that I agreed on doing. I send my goals every single week to my mentor, to my accountability partner. Hey, here's what I'm going to be doing this week. I need you to hold me down to it. And he is. Are you doing the same exact thing for yourself? It is factual that top earners work as if they have a job, while those who are not yet top earners, they work it as a side gig. It's just the reality. See, a side gig is one thing, and I don't mind side gigs. Like, good for you, as long as you're expecting it to just stay side a cash item, making $100 here and there every other week. That's okay if that's what you are agreeing to do. But if you tell me I want to be a top earner, man, I'm here to tell you, you got to work this like a part-time job and then a full-time job. You really think that I sit my butt all day and do nothing and just show up on a 30-minute Zoom or an hour leadership training and make money? No, I'm working all day, every day. I am working literally from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to sleep. Now, don't get me wrong. My whole family is an entrepreneurial family, and that's a training for a whole different time, meaning we all have an entrepreneurial schedule. We all work and live and party and have fun together throughout the whole day. We make our schedules together. My son knows when I'm supposed to do trainings and webinars, and he understands to schedule himself with me around those sessions. My wife knows when to schedule me and her together on date nights or going out or whatever the case may be. We schedule family first and then business around it. We're an entrepreneurial community, but boy, I'll tell you, man, if I'm not putting 12 hours a day into my business, something is wrong, because that's what top earners do. That's how you must build a business that is lucrative and sustainable. It is not about hype marketing. And I'm sorry if I call it hype marketing. And if you get offended, you're probably a hype marketer. It's about setting up the right expectations for those who are around you, with transparency, and then backing it up. Work. And with that, you start creating success stories. See how you reverse engineer it? And when you create success stories, you are easily marketing yourself through the whole network that is around you, the people that you are helping and impacting. I don't take pride in company rings that I've had in the past or awards or books. I keep that stuff all the time. It literally is like shoved into one corner all by itself. You know what I take pride in? Is the testimonies that I've been given on the impact that I've made on somebody's life. Is the amount of success that I helped someone achieve. Is a breakthrough, a true breakthrough, not a hyped up breakthrough, but a true breakthrough that I've created for somebody in business. It is an aha moment that someone who's never built a business in their life and they've been able to achieve. Yesterday I've received a very heartfelt message from a lady who said, Ali, there's a season for everything. And you came in my prayers today. And she sent me like a whole heartfelt, truly genuine, how she felt my message translated to her in a training that I've done the night before. How are you impacting those who are around you? I don't care about how much money you're making. Because at the end of the day, you're spending that money. It doesn't benefit me or anyone around you. Unless you're doing philanthropy or work or whatever the case may be. But it is time. It is time. Put the work and let the work be the best marketing strategy for you. And when the marketing strategy, meaning the success stories you're creating around you, become really loud, louder than you, you never have to actually market yourself. Your mindset automatically becomes an identity that you do not need anyone to hype you up or motivate you or tell you what to do. But you got to make a decision. It all starts with a decision. Decide and decide right now. I hope my message was received with the same love that I intended for you to have it. I hope that you're going to make a decision today. And for those of you who are within our community, please, please, please make sure that you are attending the different webinars and the sessions that are available to you. You know, I had someone from our community, a paying member, who sent me a message saying, hey, I just got to be honest with you. I just don't see the value from the community itself, you know, and I ask, I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. What were you expecting? Usually I ask because there may be a misunderstanding. I said, what were you expecting? And I was told I was expecting daily coaching and training and someone who's going to, you know, show me exactly how to build a business and walk me through the digital marketing experience and yada, yada, yada. I was like, wow, that's interesting. So I asked, I'm like, well, do you know what a Yup Daily is? Just ask. And the person said, no, what's that? Now, for those of you who are in here every single day, you know what I do every day, Monday through Friday with my master coaches. We train every day like I'm doing right now. That person has never seen one. They don't even know what it is. I was like, okay. I'm like, do you ever attend our Monday night, like mindset, leadership, and business development Zooms? No, I didn't know we do that. I was like, okay, all right. Like, how about our Max Income Builder, our automation tools where we show people how with one click, you can literally invite 1,000 people with one click onto a webinar in LinkedIn, or how you can add 100 people every single day into your LinkedIn connections, or how you can create automated campaigns and message your network. Do you ever attend that? No. I'm like, no, I didn't even know that existed. I'm like, now I understand why you're not seeing value and you didn't get anything out of it. See, you signed up for a gym that you never showed up to. You were motivated and excited to lose weight, but once you walked out of that gym, boy, you went to Burger King and you never looked back. And you're paying every single month, but you're not actually attending. The first like minimum wage GED level of an entrepreneurial community that we have is showing up. If you don't even show up to a freebie that I'm doing right now in front of you, how do you expect yourself to actually invest in your business? So yes, I agree you're not getting anything out of it, but that's also because you're not showing up to anything within it. So make yourself a decision. Let's go to work. It starts right now. Work creates the marketing. Marketing gives you the mental, the mindset. And by default, you will become a top earner. Now, listen, I'm not telling you this is the only way to do that. There's a million ways to $1 million, but this is what worked for me. This is what I'm doing right now before your eyes. And I pray to God that you're doing the same exact thing for yourself, for your community, for your family, and for you, to be quite honest with you. One last thing. I'm doing a freebie tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a generic training Zoom on business development and business strategies. It is by invite only. No, there is no link. There is no call to action. You're going to have to hit me up if you want to be part of that, assuming it doesn't interfere with anything that you have in your life, in your family, and in your business. Much love to each and every one of you. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, everybody.